Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am here. Who am I? You may ask. You may ask. I am me. Who are you? I have also been working on timing up my wipes so that they move about Star Wars speed. Isn't that awesome? All right, I'm having way too much fun with that. All right, back to what we were doing. Back to work for us. Pretty much fixed everything I wanted to fix, so just making sure all my numbers match. And they do. That's not the number we wanted. There we go. You are here. Missed the whole thing with my wipes. It's pretty cool. Just saying. See, I'm back. And here's the monitor. And here's me. And the monitor. And me. I'm all excited about this. I got them tied up pretty good. Apparently, I can add video to one. I don't know. Hey, Merrick. We're doing great. I now have Star Wars esque wipes. Watch. Isn't that cool? Oh, I'm easily entertained. I'm just saying I'm easily entertained, is what I'm saying. I mean, not like I didn't think you guys already knew that, but just in case. Pretty cool. Just saying. I spent most of the day puzzling over my numbers, but I'm happy with them now, so I'm cooking them as they are right now. It's oddly not as bad as I thought it would be, but does prove to be kind of cool. I mean, like, it's not, I wanted it, it's a little bit less dramatic than I was hoping for it to be, but it's still pretty dramatic. So if you travel at 0.05 C, you're covering about 23,000 kilometers every second. So you cover the distance of 1 AU is about 1.73 hours. So most of an hour and 45 minutes or so you'll cover an AU. And there's the MT line, the Mason-Telly line, which is the line where you can jump to in space. Up until that point, you're in real space. You're in every time you get close to the speed of light, you're burning hours. So we've got to be very careful traveling inside this MT line. And so when they're in this line, inside this red line you can see right down here, it's identified right here, which is further out usually than the planets of a system. That line, you have to make a run for it. So you get on you start your run to the line. And once you cross this line, then you can jump to in space. And the reason that you have to do this is because that is the limit of the Schwarzschild radius when you activate the drive. So you activate the you activate the MT drive, the tele drive, and it instantly puts you in that kind of altered universe, whereby objects in space have an exaggerated Schwarzschild radius. So once you do that, effectively the star behind you becomes a black hole with the event horizon right on your butt. So when you turn the system on, this star's event horizon moves from like 3 kilometers in the very center of the star to this entire red line. It's not happening in real space, but it's happening in space. If your ship is inside that red line, then it gets crushed utterly by the gravitational forces and then comes out of in space as just destroyed rubble. So you have to clear that line before you hit the drive. And the faster you go in space, the more that line expands in space. So you can start moving, but you're moving at that point in time, you're moving at a small portion above the speed of light. So you start moving along and you're doing good. And as long as you're at 0.1, which is the speed that you'd be in right there, you won't have a problem with the expanding event horizon until you start accelerating to 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.4. Once you get up to 0.3 something, once you get to 0.3, at that point in time, you're moving along faster than the Schwarzschild radius can expand. So, and that's the next little bit of math. The good news is this bit of math is all not real. So I can make up numbers all I want, as much as I want to make up numbers. How fast is 0.1? You know? I think we already established this somewhere along the line. Not sure where we are. I'm sure pretty sure we established this somewhere along the line. So we'll go back and look through my story pieces and see if we've already established these speeds, because I think we already have, which time I can merge these two together and I won't have to worry about it. Yep, we did. Right. I think I might want to adjust these just a little bit. Nobody's gone through any of these speeds yet, so we're pretty solid here. I can make up anything I want. And being smart, I'm going to do it now here, which would have been smarter to do in the first place. I'm just saying. All right. These are all theoretical speeds because nobody can actually do them. Past this point, people don't live very well, so it's all good. We'll make sure that this is explicit. All right. I set my speeds. Because the new mathematics that I just set up are based on a gravity point. It's where the gravity fall off is 0.04. 0.04 newtons per square inch or per square meter on a 1-ton object. So it's, you're not seeing yourself on the chat bot? Oh, now you am. There you am. Well, I didn't see anything before your alien and anime girl, and then not seeing myself on the chat bot. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 posts from you so far. Not sure if that means anything. Okay, so seems the chat bot doesn't like long chats. Right? That's what it is. Mm-hmm. In Bellatrix Rising, the way this kind of works is that, so a Schwarzschild radius is the radius by which the gravity is so powerful that light can no longer escape. That's called the Schwarzschild radius. In a black hole, the Schwarzschild radius is obviously outside of the star's surface, but every object has a Schwarzschild radius. It just may be infinitesimal. The Earth has a Schwarzschild radius. It's just, I think they said it was like 500 centimeters, so about this big around. And so, of course, it's at the very, very center of the Earth, right? The sun has a Schwarzschild radius. It's just that it's 3 kilometers and at the very center of the sun. If the sun was somehow transparent or something, you would see that the center of the sun would be black because all the light would not be able to escape the 3 kilometer center. So a Schwarzschild radius is just that radius of which light can't fall back down, and if light can't escape, no other things can escape either. I mean, that's pretty much the fastest object in the universe. So that's where the objects get crushed into a black hole. For the benefit of how things are working here, as soon as you hit in space, there's like a twisting of the rules. So you aren't traveling very fast. You're not traveling faster than the speed of light. You are simply moving along the fabric of space, but the fabric of space has artificially become smaller. So you can travel along you go 100 miles an hour and you're traversing 1,000,000 miles every hour instead, outside of this, in this like artificial. It's like if you took your car and drove it on one of those little play mats that has all the roads on it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, except that your car is precise enough to stay right on it. However, other effects occur. One of them is the Schwarzschild radius of objects increases by a factor of something, which is what we're about to figure it out right here. So we'll make that kind of commentary. So for example, in this instance, at speed 0.1, the Schwarzschild radius of one sol Schwarzschild radius at one sol is like 12 AUs, right? And you can see that fits, right? So at 12 AUs, looking here, that's the MT line, Mason-Telle line. That's your jump point. Once you get to 2 solar masses, that jumps up to 17.2 AUs, right? And it just keeps going up from there. 20.9 for 3 solar masses, etc., etc. Bellatrix, being a B3 star, has the MT line sitting at 34.8 AUs. So you've got to be outside of that, because once that bigger star, once you hit into in space, the bigger star has a much bigger MT line, or the Schwarzschild radius. So we will go back over here. And that's the other problem, is that the Heisenberg electron cloud expands. So Heisenberg uncertainty principle says you can know the speed or you can know the location of an electron at any given point in time. But if you know the other, you can't know both. So once you have that uncertainty principle, the problem with that is that the electron field, once it opens up further, sometimes it will start to become outside of the wire that you are trying to use to guide the electrons through. So if you have, say, a microprocessor, like the CPU of a PC, the microprocessor is trying to send electrons through the gates to do its calculations. And as you accelerate, the electrons stop being in the location they're expected to be in, and they no longer send the signal that they're supposed to be sending. And the clouds become amorphous. You can still have power to things, but the wires have to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's what this speed chart was showing over here. Not that one, this one. When we look at our speed charts here, it was talking about the electron cloud being at 1 micron. By the time you get to 0.2, it's up at 8 microns, right? And at that point in time, if you've got a 1 micron line, then it can be in any one of 8 places around that one wire. And so it could hop out of the wire, and then you've lost your electrical power. As long as you have a wire that is bigger than 8 microns across, you can still do stuff, which is why there are dumber and dumber PCs on the ship that are not intelligent. They're not artificially intelligent, but the AIs can't run. They pretty much wipe out at 0.11. So just a little over 0.1, they'll wipe out. Same thing goes with an Azure. It's just their brains are very dense. And so because their brains are really, really dense and thickly constructed, they also have to go to sleep, because once you pass 0.1, the brain function can't operate properly anymore. And so on, and so on, and so on. So we're going to get these things moving correctly, because the Schwarzschild radius should be in AUs, not in those. And it did it again. I'm trying to make this AU, right? And the Heisenberg electron cloud size is at 1 micron, right? We're still operating along here. Ow. And I don't think I said before I was going to do a light year per hour. And the truth of the matter is that at speed, if we're at 0.99, we're going to cross, at 0.99, we cross 1 AU in 8 minutes. So it should be a jump, but not a big jump. So 0.1 would be, well, I mean, really, at 0.1 should be at 9 minutes, a 9-minute AU. So let's figure out one more important piece of information, which is so 1 light year equals 63,240 AUs. It's a lot of AUs, guys. So when you jump up into 0.1, your speed is only going to be 1/63,000th of a light year. How many seconds are in a year? Oh, how many minutes? Let's get this one here, because I think if we put these numbers in, let's just put these numbers out here. 240. That's AUs in a light year. 6340 minutes a year is not quite close. I'm trying to figure out how many light minutes we're running in here. It's kind of funny. Here I am doing all this kind of weird math, but if it works, it works. All right. Seconds. All right. There's 31 million seconds. That works for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you'll feel like crap if you do this in a different way, but yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take. Right. So it's 8.31 light minutes. Oh, well, I'm glad. So this is me obsessing. So, I'm glad you're getting at least something out of it because I'm totally obsessing. Okay, so there are 63,240 AUs in a light year. Because we're in AUs once we're in system, but once we bump up to in space, we're really in fractions of a light year. Because we need to kind of figure out how far out we have. So we're going to have 525,600 light minutes in a light year. It does, yes, but I'm having fun. So you can just be patient. I'll be done with this in a minute. 525,600. So there should be 8 AUs in every light minute. So let's see. This divided by this. Who reminds me of Star Charts, he says. Funny. So 499 light seconds in each AU. That's remarkably close to our numbers that were there, right? Guess that kind of makes sense. Just making an observation. You're like, I'm just doing that. Mm-hmm. So this matches. 1 second transferring across one AU is 499 light seconds, right? So 498 AUs in a light second. That makes total sense. Those numbers jive. So, or 499. So each AU runs 499 light seconds, which is great because probably our best jump would be to 500 light seconds, right? Per second. Oh, that's fine. I will be done with all of this Jabberwocky by tonight because I will have figured out all of this stuff. Oh, that'd be fun. I'll help you set that up, or at least give you helpful tips. Or if nothing else, I might just, you know, give you jibes. I don't know, jabs, and just, general harassment. General harassment. So at point one, you're traveling at 500 light seconds per second. You're transitioning straight up, which is great because it's 498 light seconds per second is just below the speed of light. So 500 light seconds a second would be perfect. You too. See you later. Still nowhere near the speed we need to be, but at 1, you're at 1-to-1. A light year a second. So we can easily do sort of our math here. Because this is 1 light year per second. Right, that makes sense. And half that becomes equals that divided by 2, right? And then equals that. K17, it needs to stay in K19, which, that's a thing. K19. K19. See if this says 262-800 or doesn't. 262-800. 262-800. Yep, that's it. So that fits nicely. I like that a lot. That's a very nice, even acceleration point. Except that those are minutes, not seconds. All right. I knew that. So it's actually L19 that we want. Man, we're moving at light days here. Right? So this is, well, you know what? Before you are sure, let's double check you got the right number here. Huh? Right? So 31 divided in half. Yeah, that looks about right. There we go. So 15,768. That sounds about half of 31,536. Okay, that's good. and we divide that by 60 to get us in light minutes. And that puts us at 262,800. Perfect. And then we divide by 24 to get us in light hours. Perfect. And then we divide that by 365 to get light days. 30 light days a second. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. You're like, I don't know what this number is. No, because it jumps straight up to 12 light days. So it's going to have to be in some kind of exponential curve. We're going to have to run it up a curve until we get to its division points. We're going to do this. Equals that divided by 2. And then this equals this. Even with that, we haven't quite gotten down to enough that I can handle it. No, that's not gonna work because that's actually doing the thing. What if we switch this to divided? $63. No, that flipped the sign. That flipped the sign. Because we don't have to be 15. Well, what if we were to continue this forward? Yes, that comes out at still 585. Oh, part of our problem might be that. Nine, 10. That's our problem. Because this should be equals this divided by 2. There. Now, this equals this divided by 2. And that should lead us to there. Still not quite as small as I wanted it to be, but it's getting there. Still need to figure out how to get to It's got to get smaller, quicker. So if I were to take that and go, say, 2.5, what would I get? Right? 3. Even closer. I'm about to be really freaked out that it's going to be 10. It's not. Good. I was about to be really freaked out. Man. It's really hard to get this thing to get down to where it's supposed to be. Getting there. It's very close. Really close now. There we go. One, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. How do we get then to? Man, that jump from 0.9 to 1.0. It seems very strange, though. 19 divided by 123. Yeah, I guess so. So if we were to do equals, you know what? Let's scrap that. Times 499, which is 5988. Does that match? That's probably bigger than we want it to be. I'm just saying. Um, yeah. We didn't do this right. There's a reason why it's making that weird jump. First of all, this line does not exist. Delete. Work. Reference. We're going to say here 1, 2, 3. Okay. This equals U divided by U. Then you're going to be U divided by, U. And you're going to be U divided by U. And you're going to be U. You're going to be U. Wait, stop. You're going to be U divided by U. There we go. You're going to be. Wait. Stop. U divided by U. U divided by U. Aw. We're having so much fun. U divided by U. U divided by U. U divided by U. There we go. Now I can manipulate just this and say 2, enter, right? Now I can go 4, enter. Ha! Much more control. 3.5, enter. Ha! 3.6, enter. Nope. 3. Not 34. That'll make things go weird. 4, enter. 3.41, enter. Ooh, look at me getting in control of this there. 4.2, enter. 3.411, enter. Ooh, we're getting closer. 3.412. 3.413. Oh, we're getting real close. 0.414. Closer. 3.415. Oh, man. 3.4141. That's it. Remarkably close to pi. And slightly weird. Just saying. But that is a much better run. And makes this easier times that. Less of a Christmas tree. Now these are all in light seconds per second. That worked. Very straightforward. Very lovely. It's very elegant. We get to a point where we are over a light year in size equals u divided by u, which gives me 11 light years and a short child radius. At 1.0, you're going to have to stay 11 light years away from stars. That may not be what I want to do. "12 light years from a star at 0.1. Space is big, though. Let's take a look, though. How dense is everything in this spot? Right? I mean, like, are we so dense at this point in time that it's difficult for us to read? Let's see. Right? Each one of these is a light year, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, you wouldn't be able to fly at 1 through any of these. There'd be no way to get through all of these. You wouldn't be able to even get through sections of this. So we can't have it extend more than 1 light year at 1. That'd be probably our balanced number, is 1 light year at light year. So So this is the first one. 12 times 499. Let's do 5 light years. Oof. Or 5 AUs. That's still way close. 3 AUs. Yeah, there may not be a way to make this nice and easy. Because the reality is that it is one. In fact, it is all nice and pretty. Look at how pretty that all lines up. Which makes some sense because that matches the speed on the other side right there, right? So if it were one light, that would make total sense, is that it would be exponential to that value. But I don't think I want to make it that, because I think that would be bad. Like, well. So that value is going to have to be different. We're going to have to do the same thing. Equals D26 instead of K25. We'll just go to K26 for right now. Right? For the moment, it will be 12. There we go. Now we can do 2.1, 3.1, puts it way past the numbers, so 2.1. Right, at that point in time, we still need to come up with a Schwarzschild radius of less than 31 million. So 2.5, 2.8, nope, 2.6, 2.51, 2.55, 2.57, and 2.59. Close. 2.591. Really close. 2.5915. Too much. 4. Close. 3. 545. 2. 534. 1. 535. 2. 537. 1. 5. This is cute. There we go. We're getting really close here. I think that's what I want to do here on this one. And that looks good to me. Do I really want to do this though? Because I actually kind of looking at this going, I think maybe what I want to really do is save and then the help doesn't work. You know what? I just don't need this. It didn't work. So there you go. Doesn't have any macros. See? No macros. See? No Visual Basic. Don't be dense. Fine. Just manually save it. That's fine. All right. Now we have to think in terms of me going to bed because it's bedtime, guys. That's pretty damn fast. 1 light year per second puts you moving really quickly through here. Maybe 1 light year per hour? That might be a little bit better. A light year per hour mean that at point or 1.0, this would be a 3 hour drive, or 3 hour tour. Well, 1, 2. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We'll do that a little later on, though. I think I'm ready for bed. Wait, wait. Shoomp. Okay, guys. I am OOH because I'm tired. I should go to bed. We'll be, continuing this madness in the morning. But we should be pretty much done. The great news is I think I've got all of my speeds locked down, and I'll put them all on the same chart, and then that will be on the same page, and then we don't have to worry about stuff. And this won't be thumbnail math. We'll be good. We'll have everything going on here. So there you go. All right, guys. I will talk to you on the morrow. And you know what I say? It's keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.